There's a lady on Instagram that I follow. Her name is Franny D. Awesome lady. I came across one of her videos that she recorded where she was encouraging us to reflect and look back and just realize how faithful God is. Now, I echo everything that she says because she's talking about being grateful to God and how awesome He is in helping us, along the way, no matter what challenges we might be facing. But what caught my attention in this video is her list. So she has a journal and she writes letters to herself. But in this journal, she created a list of things, I think back in 2012, of things that she wanted God to do for her, which at the time felt like, it was, I don't know, impossible or difficult to accomplish, but she made the list anyway. So I think it was last year, November, she must have been going through some challenges and she looked back at this journal and she came across her list. And she noticed that actually a couple of the things on the list had already been accomplished. Like she wanted to pass her theory test, she wanted to pass the practical driving test, and she passed all of those things. And she wasn't even aware, oh, I've already done that, I've already accomplished that. Look how awesome God is, that she was able to accomplish things that she had written on her list, and she wasn't even looking at her list. The reason I'm talking about this is because, as you know, I started my own movement of encouraging us to become creators of our own life, becoming proactive, deciding what kind of life we want to have. And the way I've been trying to encourage us to do that is by just getting us to create a list, to write down things that we want to see happen by the end of the year, so that when the year comes to an end, you can look back and say, wow, I've actually accomplished something. We all know what happened last year. And many of us, there were things that we probably wanted to do that we didn't get the chance to do. So that's why I got inspired to start doing these little videos to encourage us to become proactive and just writing down a list of things. Now, why is it important to do this? Because research shows that you are 42% more likely to achieve something if you write it down and you keep it before you. By just writing down what you want, your goals, you are more likely to achieve it. Listen to this. So this is an article that I came across online. And it explains why that is. Why is it that it's so powerful for you, like, to write your goals down and you end up achieving them? It says that it has something to do with how our brain works. When you write things down, you activate both parts of your brain, the imaginative right hemisphere and the logic-based left hemisphere. This is well known even in the business community among CEOs. Now, because they know this and they do it, that is why they're able to achieve their goals. Goals are really powerful because they help us become better versions of ourselves. Now, as humans, we process visuals 60,000 times more faster than having to imagine things, based on a recent study that was done by a company, 3M. Writing down your goals means that you can visually see it. It's before you. This is an important point because when you see something, it affects how you act. That's why I said keep it somewhere that you can see it, because it literally just activates something in your brain and just causes you to take action. Like, it just makes you want to do whatever it is you need to do. Now, if Franny can achieve her goals without even looking at them, imagine what you can do by just looking at them. It says you're more likely to be productive if you can see what you have to do instead of just thinking about it. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I don't know what else is left for me to say. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why I've been talking about writing a list is because now in this article, it talks about goals. I've been avoiding using the word goal because sometimes when we think of goals, we think that we have to come up with something like big, grandiose, like becoming a millionaire in 2 years' time, buying a mansion next year. And that can cause fear to rise in you, and it puts you off even sitting down and even thinking about what you want to achieve. That's why I've been encouraging us to just don't think about goals, okay? Your goals are supposed to be big. Your goals are supposed to stretch you. If you have, like little goals, it doesn't really push you as much. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't have big goals. We should definitely have those, but you need to start somewhere, especially if you've never done this before. You need to start small. So that's why I'm suggesting, how about you just start with taking a pen and taking a piece of paper. In fact, I've got my list right here, okay? And just sit down and just think, what do I want to see happen by the end of the year? And just make your list. Maybe you want to repaint your house or just repaint your bedroom. I did that this year. Maybe you've always wanted to improve or learn a language. So it's about just writing down small things that you really want to accomplish this year, so that by the end of the year, you can look back and you can just be proud. Oh my God, I actually have accomplished that. Because that's the second reason why it's really important to write down your goals. Because when you get to the end of the year and you look back and you can see, oh my God, I accomplished all of this, it's going to make you feel so good. It's actually going to motivate you to want to create your goals, to want to write down goals or things you want to achieve next year. So it's a motivating factor. Every time you tick off something that you've achieved, I'm telling you, it feels good. It feels good for me anyway. And a lot of people I know, I had the manager, Jenny, she used to just have her list in front of her and she just loved ticking it off. So, it definitely works. A lot of people do it and they all report the same thing, that writing things down and then when you do it and you tick it off, it feels absolutely great. Now, it's nearly the end of August, so that means 8 months has already gone past. Can you imagine? I mean, when I was doing this back in January, it was 12 months. We've got 12 months. Write your list. But now, little by little, every single day, you're sleeping and waking up. The days are going past, the months are going past, and it's almost the end. We have 4 months left until the end of the year. Look, my coach always says, don't look at those years that you have lost. Look at the years you have ahead. So I'm going to say, don't look at the 8 months that you have lost. Look at the 4 months that is left. Write something down, maybe 2-3 things that you want to accomplish before the end of this year, and see if you can do it. Challenging yourself is actually really good because, again, that motivates you. It motivates you to become proactive. Maybe, I don't know, like I say, you want to learn a language. You can learn a language in 3 months. Maybe you have a book you're writing, you want to write. You can just write the first chapter. I don't know what your dream is. I don't know what your goals are. But what I'm suggesting is begin small by just creating a list of things. Just write down what you want to accomplish by the end of this year. And let's get to the month of December and let's look back together and let's see which one of those things you have accomplished. I've got my list here. I kind of already started ticking them because I'm so proud of myself. It's been a challenging year, and to see that I've already ticked off 6 things, that makes me very proud. And I'm still working really hard. Still got a couple of things here that I still need to accomplish. So I'm really looking forward to that final video in December where we're going to look back and say, right, done that. And I'm going to be like having a party, which I'm going to invite you. I might even do a live, who knows? But yeah, so I hope this has blessed you. I hope it encourages you to become proactive, to take responsibility of your life and just write your list. I'll see you in the next video in September. Have a fantastic rest of the month. Bye-bye.